Hey pen friends, welcome back to Ginger Peachy Pens. Welcome to the first mystery matchup video of 2024 and only my second video back this year, so I already feel a little bit out of practice. But I'm excited to do this. If you can hear rain in the background, it's been a very rainy day and I need to film anyway. So let's jump into it. So a mystery matchup is where I choose a random pen and a random ink and match them together. And what I like about mystery matchups is that it forces me to put together combinations of pen and nib with an ink that maybe I've never tried together before, to put together color combinations that I haven't tried before. I generally tend to try to match inks perfectly to a pen, and so I don't venture outside of that a whole lot. So it kind of makes me try new things, and it also helps me to weed out pens and inks that I haven't used for a while for some reason, and maybe can see that, oh yeah, that's why I didn't use this, and maybe I can let it go. So I like that. I'll give you the little disclaimer that I have veto power. Sometimes there's a pen that I already have inked, don't want to clean it, and re-ink it because I like what's already in it, so I can say no. Occasionally, if a pen is a shimmer or something and I don't want to put it in a particular pen, I can say no. But generally, I don't I don't veto just for no reason. So anyway, it's just for fun. So like rules are made up and the points don't matter, right? So um anyway, let's jump into it. I do have quite a few pens pulled aside to sell, and I'm hoping to go get some of those cleaned up and start taking pictures of them today. So that I can post them on Instagram. But yeah, so any of those I pull, I will not probably ink up. So, all right, these have been pre-mixed. I mixed them up and then put them in here. So, all right. So our first pen, and I'm gonna draw all three. I'm gonna do three combinations. I'm gonna draw all three first, and then pull everything in case I need to go clean a pen. First is the Bonecrusher 7 Studio Velma in the blue to purple color shift. Okay, that's a beautiful pen. And let's see what we're going to put with it. A sample of Herbin Amethyste de Laurel. I'm not a French speaker, so I apologize. All right, that should be a good combination because it's purple, so it might be a match that I would have made anyway. All right, our second combination. I should let you see that I'm not digging around for something. Pilot Custom 823 in smoke. And I really like what that's inked with. I kind of keep it inked with a purple ink, so I'm going to not do that one. Let's choose something else. A Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini. It's the October in Tourmaline and Gerbera. It's a really pretty, cute little pink pen, which I will need to clean before I can ink it. And let's choose an ink. Papier Plume. Caramel. Haven't we done this ink in a mystery matchup? No, I think I did something that was similar. And I said this is similar to Papier Plume Caramel. Okay, let's choose one more pen. And oh, another veto is if I pull like the same type of pen or something, and I just want some more variation. Jinhao 159 in wine red. Okay, that's not exciting to me. All right, let me see. Maybe something else. All right, the handwritten one. That was the Pilot Vanishing Point in deep yellow. I keep that one inked with black ink. I don't want to clean that. So, third time. Pilot Custom 74 Benny Fuji. I also keep that one inked with black. Why am I grabbing all these ones that I don't want to do? Okay. Oh, this is fun. Let's do a Jinhao shark in yellow. With Noodler's Ottoman Rose. Something about that feels funny to me. So, okay, let me go grab these pens and inks and I will be right back. Okay, well, that took a lot longer than I expected. I went to go clean this pen and realized it was time to walk the dog. Took longer to clean the pen than I expected, and then went to hunt down the mini Sailor converters that I bought, and so found them and I'm back. So let's ink up these pens. We'll do them in order. The only one I need, let's use little Cupid here. Look how cute. All right, so this Amethyste de Laurel, I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly, is a shimmering ink. I'm gonna have to see if I even have a swatch card for this. I'm not positive because I received this sample from Lemur ink when I purchased something, and I know I've used it. I'm pretty sure I've inked it up in something. Yeah, y'all, I have a lot of answers for things right at this moment. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me. Okay, inking up shimmer inks stresses me just a little bit because you have to okay, you're not supposed to shake them like I just did, but you have to, incorporate the shimmer, and then you have to get the lid open and then ink your pen as fast as you can to make sure all that shimmer doesn't fall to the bottom. And so it stresses me just a little bit because I have to do it so quickly, and I feel like I'm gonna make a mess. Because I probably will just make a mess anyway. Alright, here we go. Filling it up. It's filled up about halfway. I pulled the converter all the way back up to the top using this little microfiber cloth that Russ at Russ Pen sends with his pens to just clean that off. All right. And then I feel stressed. Stressed is an extreme word, but then I feel slightly stressed until I get the lid back on. So there we go. And I will look in a minute for a swatch card. And I usually throw these away because I don't intend on doing the same mystery matchups again. And by the time I were to circle back around and start from the beginning, I would just need to make some new slips, All right, so secondly, here is my Papier Plume Caramel. This is one of my favorite Papier Plume inks. This one, I think it's the only ink I have ever put in my honeycomb. Is it called honeycomb? Esty. Now I did lend this Esty. I'll show you. I did lend this Esty to a friend. Hi, Simona. And she put something different in there, but I think this is the only color I've ever put in there because it's such a perfect match. But that's the main pen that I've used this ink in. Oh no, I've got a few of these little sugar ants that keep showing up on my desk. The little tiny ones. All right. I just cleaned this pen. I think I got the black out of it, which had been sitting for a while. So, it's pretty dry. It's pretty clean. And I've used this ink enough that I'll be able to tell if it's too contaminated. And I did buy these little mini Sailor converters because I now have, I have 4 Sailor Pro Gear Slim minis, but 2 of them are going in my for sale pile, or they're in my for sale pile. And will be getting cleaned this evening and then hopefully posted up for sale maybe tomorrow. So I bought 2 of these mini converters because even though they're tiny, I still prefer using a converter to an empty cartridge because you can't write with that right away, very easily. You have to wait on it to get to the nib before you can write with it. So let's ink up this little guy. Oh, all right, there is ink in there, but I'm not gonna since I just cleaned this pen and it's still, you know, moist on the inside, I'm not gonna like push that ink back down in there, because if there is some black still in this nib, I don't want to put that in the bottle. So these minis will not hold they will not hold a standard Sailor converter. They will hold obviously the cartridge, but I will show you how otherwise. So here is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, like a full-size Pro Gear Slim, and the parts are the same size. The caps are the same size. Like, they're pretty much swappable. I mean, yeah, they are swappable, you know. I just don't know if there's any slight difference in like old versus new kind of, I don't know. They should be swappable. And the grip section is the same. So I could put the mini grip section into the standard. That's pretty cute, actually. Those two pinks together. The only thing that's not swappable is the small barrel, obviously, is short. The barrel is shorter, so it does not fit over a full-size converter. But if I wanted to put a mini converter inside this cap, which this doesn't, it's kind of cute. I don't know. Anyway, I could use this grip and this cap. You know what I mean. So the grips are the same. The threading is the same. It's just the barrel that's shorter, and therefore also the converter has to be shorter. I'm sorry, guys. Words are not working for me at the moment. Hopefully you're following what I'm saying. So if you ever wondered about that, the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini is the same, except the barrel is shorter and therefore requires a shorter converter. And last but certainly not least is the Jinhao Shark pen. So this pen is one that a friend of mine, actually, I've been a fountain pen person for a while. I walked in at church one Sunday to my Bible study class, and this pen was down in a pen cup in my Sunday school class, and I was like, where did this come from? And my friend, he is also a fountain pen user, like he's one of those guys that owns like 3 pens and he's happy with that and he never needs more, you know, kind of people. But he was like, oh yeah, this is one that my wife bought me for me to try out, and I just thought I would bring it to church and put it in the pen cup. And so I just thought it was fun. And so after a while, he just said that I could have it. Anyway, you can buy like 12 of these for $12 or $10 or something. They're super inexpensive. Sorry, I was talking and not even talking about that and not showing you this. So these have a hooded nib, and from my experience, it's a very smooth nib. It comes with a Jinhao converter. As far as I know, they come with a converter usually. It has this molded grip, which is not always my favorite. But it's just so adorable that like this is not on the chopping block for me. It's such a cute pen, but I don't ink it much because I don't know, I don't love a molded grip, and you know, like I feel like I should use my more expensive pens more, but maybe not. Maybe I should be using the Jinhao Shark a lot more. So here is Noodler's. I should have shown you this. Ottoman Rose. I apologize if y'all feel like I'm scattered, because I feel scattered. Maybe that's what you guys like about me. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get rid of these little papers and get my notebook. All right, my trusty Hippo Noto. Let's find this a blank page. This has been the best notebook. So, let me bring you down a little closer. Come in a little closer. All right, and I'll show you these pens a little closer too. So this is the Bonecrusher Studio Velma model. You probably remember me at some point saying that this is one of my top favorite pen models. It is so comfortable to use. It is a pen I could write with all day long. I mean, you can't write with any pen all day long probably and be super comfortable, but it is a very, very comfortable grip. It's a comfortable weight. I could write for a very long time and not be bothered by this pen. So, James does a wonderful job. So this is Bonecrusher 7 Studio Velma. I imagine that the ink was not was kind of dry at the nib because I, sucked it up with a washcloth. Because I usually don't have any problem with his pens drying out at all. This is a medium nib. I bought this kind of right before I started being super into fine and extra fine nibs. And this ink is Herbin Amethyste. I did take like French diction in college and it just didn't stick. I can read anything you want me to in Italian, Spanish, and German. I might not know what it means, but I can read it. But the French diction mostly did not stick with me. All right. This ink is stunning. So it does go down a little bit warmer than it dries, which is pretty common with purples. I have only found a very few purples that stay as warm as they go down on the paper, which is my preference because I kind of prefer usually a little bit warmer purple. I like all the purple inks. But yeah, so it's always nice when one stays the color that it is, but this one looks like it does get a little bit slightly cooler when it dries. Here is the swatch card. You can see it has like a silverish, like a pastel purple shimmer and a little bit of green sheen in here. I don't know if that will come through on camera. It's pretty. I don't know. I haven't used this one much. All I've had is that one sample. And so, and I haven't had it very long. Yeah, this is really pretty. It writes smoothly. I don't feel that shimmer in the nib at all. And let's see how it's doing on the back. It's not soaking through this at all. This is the old Tomoe River paper, which I miss, guys. I'm fine with the new, but I do miss the old. There we go. All right, number 2, Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini. And I talked to you about the size of this a little while ago. I gotta dry out my cap. So when you post this, it becomes a full-size pen. It is made to be posted. The older version of the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini had some threads right here, so that the cap actually screwed on the back to post. That was part of why I never purchased one. That's similar to the TWSBI Mini. And to me, that just seemed too tedious because a lot of times when I'm using my pen, I cap and uncap it multiple times. I mean, most people do. And that would be aggravating to me if I had to twist it on every time. So I like this updated version a lot better. This is a Sailor. What is up with the nib here? Had a little hair on it. Pro Gear Slim Mini. This is an Ancora store exclusive. I think it's a Japanese store. October, they have a whole series of the Birthstone and Birth Flower series. And this is Tourmaline is the pink. And Gerbera Daisy is the flower. October is my birth month, and so I like the pink for my month. I mean, I like pink anyway. I would have wanted this one, but it's convenient that it's also my birth month. I will say Gerbera daisies are not a favorite flower for me necessarily. They're pretty, but not my favorite. But that's okay. It's cute. It's very cute on this pen. There's a little daisy on the nib, and then the little daisy on the finial. And this ink, oh, this has a medium fine nib. It is 14 karat, and this ink is Papier Plume caramel. Yeah, this is fine. I think I'm gonna prefer this ink in broader nibs, where it goes down a little bit thicker, a little bit darker. And that SD has a broad nib on it, which is not what I'm using the most right now. Sorry, my hands are damp from cleaning this pen. Like the inside of this pen is damp, and so it keeps getting on my fingers. Because this is a little bit yellow, like yellower than what it looks like when it's in a broader nib. So let me show you the swatch card. So yeah, you can see that here it's a little bit darker. It also could be slightly watery in the feed, so that it may darken up just a little bit once that ink from the converter makes its way a little bit more, towards the nib. So we'll see if that's the case. But I really like this caramel color. It's not too dry. It goes down very smooth in my experience. And yeah, I really do like this color, especially in its darker brown form than this. But this is working fine. It's working well. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you. I am just rambling. Yeah. That is fine. The pen is great. The nib is great. I love the ink. I'm not sure about that combination. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. And last but not least, our Jinhao Shark with a fine nib in yellow. Oh, this pen is postable, which is nice. It is very, very lightweight. Like these are super, super lightweight pens. And this is a Jinhao Shark in yellow with a fine nib. And this has Noodler's Ottoman Rose. Every time I use this ink, I think it's beautiful, but I just don't reach for it enough. I don't know. I really prefer to have blue and purple and brown and black inks in my pens and green. That's what's funny, okay? I love pink and yellow pens, but I prefer purple and green and blue and brown and black inks. Wonder what that says about me. All right, I'm looking for Noodler's Ottoman Rose. Boy. Here is that swatch card. It is a red leaning pink, I would say. I'm not great at color descriptions. It is really very much the color of a red rose. With, just in the lighter places, it's much more pink than you think. Like it's not an orangey red, it's a pinky, a little bit warmer red. Is warmer what I'm trying to say? Cooler red? I don't know. I don't know. Some people would probably just call this red, but this down here is definitely pink. So, anyway, it's rose. It's going down here. To me, it looks like pink fuchsia. Like, not fuchsia, that's not a good description. It's like dark pink. Okay. I need some more practice making videos. I'm sorry. But anyway, there we are. There are 3 pens. Oh, and I didn't say, did I say this is super smooth and like, actually this pen is not uncomfortable at all. I don't know. I don't know if I would, those little indentions really want you to put your fingers there, and my hand wants to rotate it just a little bit. It's not uncomfortable. It's not sharp. Um, but is it a pen that I'm going to want to reach for a ton? I just don't know. Is it more of a novelty? Here we are, our 3 mystery matchups. I don't know if I can make these stay here. That's what I want to do. This one, and this little guy. So let me know what you think. Which one is your favorite? Do you love any of these inks? Have you tried any of these things? Yeah. Have you tried the Jinhao shark? Do you think it's adorable? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this mystery matchup and my first sort of foray back into making a talk while I do things video. Thank you for hanging with me if you stuck with me this long. And I hope if you enjoy my video at all that you'll like and maybe subscribe if you haven't. But thank you for sticking around, being a part of this community. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye.